My dear friends, at the outset, let me wish you all a very, very happy new year, a happy, prosperous, and a musically satisfying new year. It gives me great pleasure to be associated with this interesting function. I've been attending a few Sabha functions the last 1 month, but I consider this to be a different function, a different set of people to whom I am going to talk to. Sridharan was mentioning about Sangeetapriya. I must really say that it's a great initiative which has been taken by Mr. G.Srinivasan and others. Music, as we all know, when we were all in villages, the musicians were in villages. Later we moved to cities. Music also moved to the cities. We had sabhas. Today there are about 150 sabhas in the city of Chennai alone. But later on, as we started moving globally, as Indians started moving to all parts of the world, I think music had also to move to various parts of the world. Today you see Indians in Argentina, you see them in Canada, you see them in New Zealand, you see them everywhere. Music is part of one's culture, one's identity to their own past. I was in the Caribbean for a few years, and the Indians who had gone there 150 years back, they could not speak a single word of Hindi or Bhojpuri, which was their original language. But then, the Bollywood music was so central to their very existence, and it virtually was part of their daily life. It gave them an identity, it gave them a connect to their past, connect to their civilization. So that's the power of music. I'm glad that Sangeetapriya has created a platform, a portal, a medium in which a person anywhere in the world, whether it's in a village in India, or a city in India, or a small place in US, he could feel himself as comfortable as he is sitting in probably a music academy here or a Kashagana Sabha here and enjoy the music. So once again, my congratulations to those who are involved in this, and I wish that they carry this to much greater heights. The Sangeetapriya.org, as Sridharan was mentioning, was started by Mr. Srinivasan in December 2004 to share non-commercial music concerts. I would call this as mutualization of music. The key words, create, share and collaborate, I think very succinctly explains the objectives and the purpose of this portal. With the sister website Sangeetam Share, I understand it has 30,000 MP3 audio files and numerous concerts, many hundred gigabytes of music, audio and video. I'm also glad to note that you have 2 discussion groups which can really serve as a medium for exchange of information among the music lovers. Essentially, this web portal has become a reference library for the music lovers all over the world. Great job, congratulations to those involved in this. The greatness about Indian classic music is it has evolved over the centuries. It might have originated from the Vedas. You might have added a few swaras. Ragas would have been, new ragas would have been codified. But then it has always remained as a divine medium of communication. The great Alvars and Nayanmars formed a grand coalition when the Indian culture was under attack in the 7th century or 8th century, a little later. A grand coalition of language, divinity and music during the Bhakti movement to fight what they consider as the forces which are not conducive to the society at that point of time, and they re-established the Indian culture and religious beliefs. So that's the power of music. Our ancient sages and seers absorbed myriad sounds and vibrations from cries of birds and animals, thundering of clouds, gurgling of rivers, sounds of wind and trees, blooming of flowers. These sounds, along with vibrations, were then woven meticulously into beautiful notes, which were then used in chants to uplift body and soul. From these notes grew beautiful ragas, embellished with gamakas, and polished tirelessly by saints and musicians. We are really fortunate to have inherited this great treasure and fortune, and it's our duty to preserve and pass it on with much more gaiety to the future generations. The responsibility for this rests on the artists as well as Rasikas. The artist needs to realize that art is bigger than him. Then only he can merge into the art. Otherwise, he will stand alone from the art. Indian music requires dedication and commitment. Nothing short of tapasya. For our artists extempore, it needs improvisation, unlike the Western classical music. The Rasikas also have a great role. They may enjoy the rasam of the music. They can be critical constructively, but they need to applaud the artists. The artists need the vitamin A, vitamin applause. And that gives them the adrenaline shots to take them to higher realms which has never been traversed by anyone so far. So the artists and Rasikas together have to create this great vaibhavam to carry this music to greater heights. I'll just tell a small story. There was a king who was considered to be a connoisseur of music. Suddenly made a decree that there shall be no classical music in his kingdom, and anybody enjoying music will be beheaded. So he appointed his servants to oversee this proclamation. There was a good artist, musician was coming to that country. So the music lovers, as you are, could not control themselves. They organized a small function. The Raja came to know about it. He said, doesn't matter, but nobody should appreciate by nodding their head or clapping. So a few Rasikas who could gather courage attended that concert. And many of them remained silent because they knew that if they applaud or do something, their head is not theirs. But a few, about 7 of them, could not control themselves. They just nodded their head and said Sabash, Besh and all that. And they were picked up immediately by the Raja's servants and they were brought for execution. That time Raja entered the picture and he said, don't execute them. These are the real Rasikas. They virtually were willing to sacrifice their life for the sake of music. They are the true Rasikas. And I am sure all the Rasikas here belong to that category. All the Rasikas of Chennai belong to that category of hardcore Rasikas. For them, music is everything. Just a few words about the awardees here. I'm glad that the Rasikapriya award is now given to 2. This year is being given to 2 great individuals. Sri Ramasundaram has done a tremendous job in uploading about 130 gigabytes, a huge size of music, Carnatic, Hindustani, dance and everything. I mean, it requires enormous efforts and commitment because one has to spend a lot of time and one has also to have a very broad mind to feel that what he enjoys also is enjoyed by others. So it's something, a noble quality which I don't think many of us really possess. So my congratulations to Sri Ramasundaram for this great achievement. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Sri T.V. Gopalakrishnan, I just learned that he worked in my company, United Insurance, so my extra congratulations to him. I'm really glad that my company is also party to this great initiative. TVG, as is known to all of you, has made tireless efforts to digitize and upload AAR concerts and other concerts, thereby enabling Rasikas around the world to feel as if they are in Chennai. Chennai today is the cultural center as far as Carnatic music is concerned. And again, it's a great job. He has put in a lot of efforts and time. Once again, congratulations to you for this great job. Let me now come to Mr. Srinivasan. Of course, I'm meeting him for the first time. Anything great, there is always one person whom I would call an entrepreneur. A person who really starts. All ideas are essentially simple, but then implementation, starting it, is always very difficult. And I'm extremely moved to hear that Srinivasan has taken all his pains, started this on a small, humble note, spending not only his time but also his money. That's really great. I mean, today that small seed is now grown into a big banyan tree, and I think the credit for this goes to Mr. Srinivasan. Really, I think you have done a great job in honoring him with this big award. I'm conscious that others joined him later, but then it's he who really founded it and ensured that this great movement remains stable and becomes very powerful. So all the three awardees have done a great job in this, and I think as Rasikas, we owe a lot to them. So let me wish you all the best, and thank you very much.